AITA for asking my husband for a divorce because he left me during surgery. Hi guys, welcome to MacReddit, where tales are not just told, they come alive. As always, today I have brought a very interesting Reddit story for you. I hope you will enjoy it. And don't forget to show your love gives me energy. Let's dive into the story. I, 29-year-old female, have been married to my husband Liam, 31-year-old male, for 4 years, and we don't have any kids due to complications in my fallopian tube. Last month, I felt some lumps in my breasts and rushed to the hospital, only to discover that those lumps were non-malignant tumors. However, the doctor advised me to have them removed before they become cancerous, so I decided to undergo a lumpectomy. During the surgery, I fell ill, and when the nurses tried to contact my husband, he didn't answer the call. My husband returned after 1.5 hours following my operation. When I asked where he was, my husband became defensive and said, "I went out and got lunch, and then I was getting gas because I was low from driving you around." His words hurt me deeply, and in the evening, I told my husband that I should get a divorce if he was no longer in love with me. However, my sister says I am under the influence of anesthesia, and there is nothing wrong with our relationship. Background: I met my husband at a mutual friend's birthday party during my university years. We soon became good friends, and after 6 months of friendship, we entered into a relationship. This relationship continued for 3 years, and eventually, we got married. Liam was fond of children, so after our marriage, we decided to have a baby in the first year of our marriage. However, despite continuously trying for over a year, I couldn't conceive. When we saw the doctor, there were some complications in my fallopian tubes, and there were very slim chances of me getting pregnant, even after the surgery. This news was very disappointing for us. However, we decided to go through with the surgery, but it was all in vain. Now, it has been 4 years since our marriage, and we still don't have any kids. Last month, I felt some lumps in my breasts, and when I had a thorough checkup, the lumps were diagnosed as non-malignant tumors. However, the doctor advised me to have the tumors removed because my mom had breast cancer and the tumors could become cancerous. So, I decided to undergo a lumpectomy. My husband took the day off work to drive me to the hospital for surgery. However, the surgery was delayed by about 3 hours. This was tiring, and my husband was getting impatient. When the surgeon finally arrived, she said the surgery would take about an hour. After she left, my husband mentioned he hadn't eaten all day and planned to leave to get lunch while I was in surgery. I wanted him to eat, but also didn't want to be alone, so I asked if we could pick up food for him on the way home. He gave me the impression he would stay, and I was wheeled away for the surgery. 30 minutes later, I was awakened by a nurse who told me that the tumors had been successfully removed. But during the surgery, my BP plummeted to 70/30. My lips had turned blue, and she was trying to contact my husband, but there was no response from him. I was very sick in my room. I was bleeding through my internal stitches, coming in and out of consciousness, and vomiting. My surgeon also called him, but he did not answer, and he returned after 1.5 hours. I am grateful for the kind nurses who tended to me and provided reassurance. My husband returned after 1.5 hours later and drove me home. My husband became defensive when I asked why he left me alone. His explanation for leaving was, "I went out and got lunch, and then I was getting gas because I was low from driving your ass around. The surgery was supposed to be an hour. How was I supposed to know your heart could have stopped?" I told him he had one job, which was to stay with me and tell me what the surgeon said. I could get over him leaving if he was apologetic or remorseful, but I was shocked at his words. I thought his love for me had faded away because I am unable to get pregnant, and that if my husband was really careful, he should not have left me alone. It is painful for me. How could my husband leave me alone when I was in the operating theater? Could he not wait 1 more hour? Could he not get the gas after my operation? And why did he not attend the doctor's call when he knew I was in the theater? In the evening, I told him that I wanted a divorce if he was no longer interested in me. My husband said he had always been in love with me and would always be, and asked me to calm down. He also apologized for what he had said earlier in the hospital. His response confused me, and I started crying. When I discussed it all with my sister, she said I was being dramatic and emotional because of the effect of anesthesia, and that I should be positive and not think much about what happened at the hospital, and that I should not have asked my husband about the divorce. Now, I am just confused and don't know what to do. So, am I the AH? What do the MacReddit fans think? Is the OP an AH or not? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like the stories I brought you, just hit the like button, share them as much as you can, and don't forget to subscribe to MacReddit for a daily dose. Bye bye. See you tomorrow with some more spicy fries.